rapping crypto, stacking and make it flip, yo. Supplementing the income, did I mention that it's lit, yo? Spitting the truth out, struggle to pick the new route. Tired of living from paycheck to paying bills where I lose out. So I'm investing, no time for the second guessing. Diversifying my cash, can leave all my eggs in one basket, I figure. So that's it, yo. Flipping, rapping the crypto, income producing admin, did I mention that it's lit, yo? I'm on the come up, these brothers getting they ones up, wanna run with us because we show a secure way to level up. I'm on that double dutch, it's a quick trip, NFT flip, check the numbers, I don't need friends. My payment system is so amazing, it came encrypted. It's privacy and security, that's what you were missing. Listen, this ain't no Wi-Fi, it's DeFi. Sending currency on the reply, you wanna rewind this. To get a better understanding, know that welcome was the plan and taking steps of money management. That's how we handle it from peer to peer in the clear. So anything weird couldn't interfere here.
Good evening, everybody. This is another wonderful episode of Rapping Crypto. I'm your main man, HUTCH, aka HD, coming to you live from Dayton, Ohio. I am with the lovely ladies of LBS Global IP Law. They're in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so great to be here.
Give it up for everybody. I'm going to throw the mic to you. Peace and blessings.
Yes, thank you for having us. We're happy to be here.
Can everybody hear me?
Cali. Yes, we're checking in from Cali, Los Angeles to be exact.
All right, that's the only time I hop in. Good evening, ladies. Welcome. And you're coming in from California. Talk to us. Let us know. Let them know who you are, please.
Okay. So my name is Brittany, and I am an intellectual property attorney.
I'm Salona, and together we are the International IP Specialist.
All right. I'm really excited to hear that. You guys know who I am. I'm usually in the background. It's Miss Ruby here. Working with the Rap and Crypto crew today. We want to make sure we get this meeting going because it is exciting what these ladies are up to in this day and age, and I refuse not to get the fullness of what we're talking about today. Let us know what this what is IP global law. Talk to me.
Okay, so intellectual property is what IP stands for, and intellectual property is simply ideas, right? And what we try to impress upon clients and just entrepreneurs, period, is that you want to legally own your intellectual property, okay? Because first and foremost, if you don't own it, someone else can then grab it and own it themselves.
And especially in today's age, so America has always been litigious, right? Then on top of that, when you add in social media and social everything, have more be a troll. So you want to make sure you own your IP. It's imperative that you do, especially in today's day and age.
Right. And intellectual property consists of trademarks, it consists of patents, copyrights, trade secrets. You know, you protect those things via licensing agreements, cease and desist, non-disclosure agreements, things of that nature.
And making sure that your IP is also registered. So if there's a trademark, you're going to register that with the USPTO, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office. That's where you're going to register both trademarks and patents. And as for copyrights, you'll register that with the U.S. Copyright Office.
Well, we about to go get into a whole nother world of that. You said social. My next thing is how do we apply that to the metaverse? I'm going to let the guys get started on this interview because I'm just going to be taking notes. I thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. I told y'all I was interested now. After you got Hutch back, let's get it popping.
Yes, you got me back. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Rapping Crypto. I'm your main man, HUTCH, aka HD, coming to you live from Dayton, Ohio. I am with the lovely ladies of LBS Global IP Law. They're in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a hands up to everybody in the building. We appreciate you for coming on Rapping Crypto. We're gonna kick it off like this. How did you ladies get into law?
Okay, so I'll start. Prior to law, I had a previous career in adult beverage. So I was on a buying team for liquor. And at the time, it's when every celebrity had their own liquor at the time. And I realized that genre is in the IP field. So when I went to law school, I knew I wanted to do intellectual property law, because to me, it's law. It's outside the box thinking. It's never was going to be a boring day to day.
And for me, when I got into law, I just knew that I wanted to help. I knew I wanted to help. I knew I wanted to be a change agent. I didn't know how I was going to do that exactly. But then learning about intellectual property, I was so intrigued because it has everything to do with the evolution of today's technology, tomorrow's technology. And so I just knew that it would be something that would be able to keep my interest. I just didn't know how far, interested I would be into it. But then as I learned about it, being a fellow, an intellectual property fellow in law school, I ended up learning more and more about it, how it shows up in every single industry. When I mean every single industry, I mean every single industry. It goes from adult beverage, it goes to
gaming, cannabis,
technology, like literally everything. Okay, film, production, artistry, literally everything. I could name anything right now. You could name anything right now. And there's some aspect of intellectual property that's applied.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, that's very, very dope. I know a law degree takes a long time period. My mom actually wanted me to be a lawyer. I was like, nah, mom, that's not my thing. I'm not trying to go to school that long.
You gotta pick your battle.
Right.
That's right. I was like, Mom, I'll be a computer guy. I'll be all right. But
And I tell you, being in the tech space is not an easy field either. Like we were talking earlier about being in the metaverse, and I was explaining to you, I'm not that technologically savvy. I may know about the laws in tech, but I am not myself a tech person.
well, since you ladies come on to the show, we give every one of our guests who not that tech savvy, we give them a metaverse consultation and an NFT consultation as well to help them create their own content for themselves in their own space.
Oh, fire! Love that.
I can't wait.
Yes. That's one thing we believe in, because basically we know that the future is turning, especially what happened at the World Economic Forum and at Davos, and people are not mentally prepared for what's about to take place. So to kick off my next question, how did you ladies meet each other?
Oh, sure. So we actually met in law school. So in law school, you have what they call a section. So your first year, they divide everyone up into different sections. So Brittany and I were in the same section from that first day of law school. And from there, we were also both IP fellows. So we started to, see each other around in the library, in the study rooms. And from there, we would talk about different IP things and travel, and we kind of connected from there.
Exactly.
So while in school, I have another question. Did you ladies join any groups?
Well, yeah, I would say so. We joined intellectual property groups. They have organizations. They had BOSA, which is Black Law Students Association, and we were part of the global international aspect of intellectual property at our school as well,
and the entertainment society. So by all of these different groups, you're getting to network with different people who are like at the top of their game in each individual field. So national entertainment, BOSA, as well as international law. I said that one though.
A lot of that. And we also were in our trademark clinic as well. When we were law students, we were working under the supervision of intellectual property attorneys that were, successful in the San Diego or Los Angeles space. And we essentially were helping individuals pro bono to receive their trademark registrations as well as copyright registrations.
Awesome. If you can say something, what has been one of your biggest cases that you have worked on?
I would say there was a particular client who wanted a name brand, right? And he had already started building his brand before he came to us. So really quickly, a little background. It's important to make sure you own your brand or you own and secure your IP before you go and get married to a brand, because someone else may be using it in the market. So we let him know, it may be an issue with getting this, and you may have to rebrand because someone else has it in the marketplace. And it was two people who had a very similar brand. And after going back and forth, we unfortunately couldn't save that brand for him.
Oh, wow.
For us, but I mean, that's literally has been our only client who we have not been able to secure their registration for, because we have, I would say, about a 98% success rate in retrieving these trademark registrations for our clients. But this one in particular, he had two separate types of brands, a water brand as well as a clothing brand. And in that space, there were people in the marketplace already that were utilizing it for the H2O industry as well as the clothing industry.
Right. I know I would definitely be hitting you guys up for this trademarking thing because I definitely need to finish trademarking this so that we don't lose this branding. But another wonderful question is basically, how long did it take for you guys to go through through law school?
Law school is a 3-year process, okay? And so, of course, you have to first get your bachelor's degree, and then which is 4 years, and then you go to law school, which is 3 years following that. And then once we graduated law school, we went and got our advanced degree in international intellectual property in Europe, and that took about another 1.5 years. And yeah, it is time consuming, but it's worth it, it's worth it.
Right.
Most definitely. Another question for me is basically, have you ladies tapped into the metaverse with the intellectual property?
We have.
So before, it started to blow up like it was, we both got into crypto, into NFTs. So, I'm happy to say I was like an early adopter of ETH. So I watched it. And right. So metaverse, I've been dabbling a little bit, because we've been watching the different cases like the Metaverse and all these things of that nature. So I need to, stick more of my toe in there, but I dabbled a little bit.
Yeah, and we actually purchased ourselves some NFTs. Like currently, I have a few that Takeoff was advertising. Long Live Takeoff, of course, and we have some other ones from different brands as well that were popular at the time in which we delved into the NFT space. Mm-hmm. There has been a decline in the market, as we all know, but I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of the uncertainty about what that NFT market looks like and what it means. A lot of people are still very unaware about it, and so it scares people a little bit, right? But
Right.
But definitely we have our stamp in the NFT space because we know in due time when people start to learn about these things, that is going to skyrocket. And as a matter of fact, at the beginning of this year, 2023, and towards the last 2 quarters of 2022, we saw a lot of different shows and movies that were mentioning NFTs a lot more.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So my question is, another intellectual property, especially dealing with NFTs. Have you guys delved into the unstoppable domains?
Say that again.
Have you guys dealt with the unstoppable domains, like basically like a .crypto, .NFT, or ENS, which is the Ethereum network system, with .eth?
No,
you're
actually,
speaking a different foreign language to me right now.
Right.
So let me break that down to you. So you know how we are in Web 2 phase. So a Web 3 domain is basically you own your domain name, and basically you can use that domain name to make payments as well. So you can receive payments, send payments with that domain name. Also, you can use it for, I know I showed you guys earlier, the ReadyPlayer.me. You can use it as your avatar inside the spatial.io. So it basically verifies you as the owner of that avatar.
You got to put us on, Hutch.
Right.
You got
Hey, that's what we do here at P2G Networks. Me, Ms. Ruby, brother LJ, brother Mario Punju Nation. That's what we're here for, is to help bring people to Web3 space. And basically because Web3 is about to take over massively.
Right. 1,000%. And as a matter of fact, that's another reason why we know NFTs is about to skyrocket again with everything that's going on with the US dollar, how everything is being digitized right now. I mean, the things that you purchase with your crypto, right? NFTs and things of that nature, anything in the metaverse right now, any assets that you want to purchase is done through crypto. And if that's the case, then with everything going on right now with the currency and how everything is being digitized, everyone's going to be in this space in no time.
Correct, because the thing is, how do you ladies feel about the whole Fed Now program? Basically, the quote unquote cash app of the feds.
You know, I'm a little leery of it, you know, honestly, but I do know it's the future. And it takes me back to a couple of summers ago when I was in Europe and I saw everyone at the time was using the tap, long before we received it in America. And then slowly but surely, all of our cars have to do the same thing with the tap. But with that, you can see ways where other people can, you know, hack it. And I think the same thing could be said with the whole Fed Now and the cryptocurrency, because although it is very regulated slightly, you know, we've seen all of these different people who are in the crypto space mysteriously pass away, and all of their money and assets that was in crypto, like those wallets, are just will never be able to be touched. So things like that,
Or will they?
things like that, you know, make me a little bit leery. We have to find it, but we are going to be forced into it at the end of the day.
I agree. I think that what ends up happening when you have this situation with Fed Now, it's like there's going to be complete control over all of your monetary assets, right? And so it's like you're dealing with the fact that they can regulate who sends, what they send, how they send it, if they can send it at all, you know. And so all of those things, it's kind of scary knowing that someone can control your pockets like that.
It's giving Minority Report. Like it's giving Minority Report.
It's giving a lot of foreshadowing movies, okay?
The Matrix, Terminator, with AI. What's going on, LJ?
What's up, y'all? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. How y'all doing this evening?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, no. If technology did what it was supposed to, we'd be good.
Exactly. I've been going through it all day, bro.
It's all great. Listen, I'm just enjoying exactly what I came into. Look, please don't let me interrupt. I'm sorry. Please don't let me interrupt at all.
But yes, essentially, we just have a lot to be concerned with about how everything is being advanced as far as our currency, and the rate at which it's being advanced as well can be a bit alarming for a lot of people because, as I stated, I'm not a technology savvy individual, and so knowing that I'm going to have to rely on technology to do all of my transactions and pretty much everything, it's a little disconcerting.
And it makes you wonder about the boomers who, you know, don't even necessarily use smartphones, and now they're going to be expected to purchase everything with this whole cryptocurrency. I mean, I remember trying to explain the NFT to my mother. So it's like, what's happening?
And it's scary because, in all honesty, I'm only really just getting back into technology a few short years ago when I came back from London. I just now got a cell phone again. So it's like, now I'm having to deal with all of this technology where, you know, I'm going to be forced into it and I don't really have a choice. Yikes.
Well,
Man,
I put it like this. This is why one reason why, like I said, I'm glad to have this network where you guys can reach out to us, and we're that's one thing that P2G saw the fit for was education, because the thing is that a lot of people, we understand that a lot of people, just like Obamacare, a lot of people was not mentally prepared for Obamacare when it first came into action. So now that we have the educational background, now people are signing up and going forth with it. Now we got Fed Now, which is the which is going to be forced into a CBDC, which is now people are not going to be educated on CBDCs. Some people don't even know what a CBDC is, which is a cashback digital coin. And so that's forced for more education out there. So I'm glad you ladies are tuned in. Like I said, you guys are more than welcome to a free NFT consultation and a metaverse consultation whenever you guys are ready. So
They gonna host that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
That's right.
Hey, man, somebody finally used the phrase. I ain't heard nobody else use it in a minute. You know, I'll stay using that one.
You know, my phrase is, man, keep keys, man. Keep educating yourself.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Exactly.
For sure. Oh, yeah, this is exciting. It's exciting. Go ahead, HD man. Look, hey, I'm gonna get in where I fit in.
No,
Just go ahead,
no.
do your thing, bro.
Oh,
You
I
good?
thought it was your time, man. My
Nah, go
bad.
ahead, do your thing. You good? Do your thing, bro. Do your
So
thing.
here, I know here on Rapid Crypto, we are trying to be a carbon neutral show. So we try to get people to participate in our tree watering our tree. So basically, shout out the Tree Nation. Here after the show, we'll create a tree for the show. So you can go to Tree Nation on a Rapid Crypto, and basically you can water our plant, our seed, and it will go into a tree, which basically makes the show a carbon nutrient show. So basically, we're reducing our carbon footprint that's coming out. So, ladies, what do you feel? Have you tapped into the carbon nutrients act or carbon footprint?
Mm.
Have not. Have not. You're gonna have a lot to teach us. Look.
So there's a lot of more stuff that's coming down the pipeline, unfortunately. Um, Dealing with how you can make your company a carbon nutrient company, so that basically you get a carbon offset your carbon footprint. So because they're trying to say emissions too much carbon in the air, so we need the perfect way to cut off carbon in the air is planting trees, which give us oxygen. So there you go, another quote unquote not financial advice, but it could be a fun way in the future of tax write offs.
Mhm.
Not financial advice, but I love that tip.
Thank you. Thank you.
CO2 offsets are awesome. I mean, you might as well go ahead and throw in the plugs, man, and let them know exactly how they can check it out for themselves before they
I
actually are
got
able
you.
to convert it over to the business, bro. I mean,
I got you. So I want to definitely shout out to Sister JoJo, man, the master of manifestation. If you have not tapped into the 3 and Me, go make sure you tap into the 3 and Me network. She has a free Mighty Networks where you can join a part of, learn about offsetting your carbon footprint and everything else going on into this new world that we're diving in. Like they say on the Little Mermaid, a whole new world. But my next question is, what would your advice be for a company who is first starting out?
Mm.
Well, we have a couple different tips for companies that are just starting out. First of all, protect your IP, right?
Mm.
And on top of that, you have to make sure that your name that you're going by, the brand name that you're going to utilize, is a name that is going to be viable in the marketplace. And that just simply means that it's not a name that's already taken in the marketplace with someone that's utilizing this name for the same goods and services that you are going to be utilizing that same name for, right? And then on top of that, to have your LLC or your entity formed already, right? And that could be an LLC, sole prop, corporation, S corp, all those things. You can form your entity and then get your trademarks or get your copyrights and get your patent, like any of those things, get them all in order because they will be showing up in business, right? And I'm telling you, business is savage. So you have to be mindful that there are other individuals in these marketplaces that either have started a business similar to yours and want to ride your coattail, your business's coattails, or they see what your business is doing and they want to get paid from it. So they take it.
Right. Also, in piggybacking on that, it's important that people realize that a LLC name does not provide you any protection over that name. A LLC, well, this is not legal advice. A LLC only separates your personal liability, so your personal assets, from your company's assets. That's all it does. We highly recommend that clients get a federal trademark because once you own it federally, if anyone tries to infringe on it, you can then, some of the remedies you can have is to sue them, send cease and desist orders. You can get treble damages from them, which is essentially 3 times whatever they made from it. You can get that. You can take their advertising materials. It's better to get a federal trademark.
Right. I mean, and don't you want to be on the winning end of something like that?
Of course. So I do have a question. For those individuals who might be interested in trying to not only protect themselves federally, but protect themselves worldwide, what would be some secrets that you guys would give them in terms of being able to achieve that potentially?
So it's really the federal registration. whether it's trademark, copyright, or patent. Because the benefit of getting a federal trademark or securing your protection federally here in the States is also protection in other countries who we are partnered with. So it depends on which states which countries. But 9 times out of 10, there's an additional application fee and application that needs to be done, but you can receive protections in other countries as well.
Right.
Okay. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that with the people. So I'm a little bit of the unorthodox question guy, of course. And he might have jumped in here, but what I'll say is this: what would you guys say has been your biggest accomplishment so far?
I would say the fact that we have a 98% success rate right now with our clients in securing their registrations for them.
Okay.
Okay.
And I would say the fact that we are young Black millennials with our own IP firm, because IP is already a niche, right? A niche, I'm sorry. And then being Black women in that field, it's even a smaller percentage because there's already only 5% of Black attorneys within the US. And then when you go to women, it's like 3%. So that's what the odds that we're working against, and we both have overcome those odds.
Powerful. That's powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, y'all already know how they be coming here rapping crypto. Oh my gosh, it's exciting information, because the thing is, for us, what we like to, of course, like HD probably already hit on multiple times, what we like to do is making sure we're bringing all the information to the people. The questions that we ask, they really hit home on some of the things that people might actually be at home sitting wondering. So like when I asked the question about the worldwide things, those are questions I've been asked before. And of course, I've looked into things, I've studied things, but I'm not very well versed on that because, of course, that's really just speculation based off of what I've looked at. You guys have dove into this. You guys completely and totally understand this. So being able to provide this information for people is amazing. And of course, we greatly appreciate you. So how crazy have you dived into this blockchain thing, HD?
Man, I asked them how they have the metaverse, NFTs. We got into the carbon footprint.
Okay.
So I know you ready to go in. So
I mean, no, it's not a go in. So I'm curious. Just overall, what would you guys say that you guys' perspective is in terms of the way blockchain integration, not necessarily affecting everybody's their names and different things like that, but just specifically just speaking with like you said, with the digital dollars and things like that. What effects do you think that it may have on, one, children, and two, yourselves?
Okay, so first and foremost, we learned about blockchain before it became a thing here in the US when we were studying in Europe. And we didn't quite grasp it because it was like, what are they talking about? You know, but then when we started hearing about NFTs, when we got back to the States, there was a time when we were trying to learn about it as much as possible so that, of course, we can invest in it. And then second of all, we wanted to see how we can assist creators, right? Because there are a lot of minority creators in the NFT space who don't really understand how they can profit from the metaverse or creating these NFT artworks, right? And with that, we understand that as far as affecting how it affects us, first of all, we're investors. So we want to make sure, or we're hoping that NFTs continue to skyrocket for investment purposes. And then on top of that, we want to help all the creators that are in that space right now so that they can secure their rights and their profits from the NFT space the way that these other individuals are profiting in that space. As far as children go, I think it allows children an opportunity to be creative as well, because with NFTs, there is no right and there's no wrong, right? You can literally create any piece of art and it could become spectacular in that art space. And we actually know of this young lady who she created a bunch of NFT artwork, the ladies with the long necks. And she was able to make a lot of money in that space. And because no one told her what was right and what was wrong, because that doesn't exist in that space, which is refreshing for children.
it's going to, on top of that, it's going to be very beneficial for these young kids because they're already going against the grain. They're already being taught, like, listen, you don't have to go and get a government job and stay here for 20, 30 years. You don't have to do that. You can think outside the box. You found your passion. And a lot of times it's now using things with tech. Go for it. Let's see what happens. Because I've been seeing a lot of parents are supporting their kids in this, which, like Brittany said, is like, okay, you aren't restricted. So, like, let your creativity.
Exactly.
Awesome. So I guess what is a message that you would send to those parents who may be how can I put this, who may be acting as though they want to be restrictive, but it's not necessarily because they don't like it, it's because they're not sure.
Right. I would say have a conversation with your child, right? Let them give you a dialogue about why they think it's important, what they think they can gain from it. Let them teach you something. Like, we can learn from any and everyone. So let them teach you something. You know, if you don't want them to go for it full time, let's say, let them do it like they would do play a video game and watch TV, just so you can see how invested they are in it and what they can teach you from it. And if it's going to be their passion, like, the passion's gonna make people millionaires now. You know, so just have a conversation with your child. Be a little patient and have a conversation.
And I'll add on top of that with regard to allowing them to broaden their horizons, right? You don't ever want to be the reason that your child's creative juices were stunted. I think that can be detrimental to a child, and it can also make them feel like you don't trust them, which can be its own slippery slope. So we won't get into too much of that. But what I will say is that parents, just monitor your kids. I mean, and if it's too much to monitor, they have programs that can restrict what your child can and cannot access.
Awesome. I greatly appreciate you ladies for that. So I'll jump in here again. Another unorthodox question. I actually don't think I've actually asked this to anyone before. What do you guys feel like has been the biggest mistake that you've made in terms of whether it be learning in blockchain and cryptocurrencies or whether it be actually investing?
I would say my biggest mistake is, well, first, like, I'm a researcher by trade and by education, right? So you want to research everything to the umpteenth degree, and with blockchain and crypto, everything changes like literally by the second. My biggest issue was trying to wait to be perfect and to understand completely before just jumping out there, right? Because I had an amount that I wanted to invest. And okay, I have this amount. If I lose it, but if I win, it'll be a great opportunity. However, I waited, and when I really was ready to jump out there, I lost more, because had I just gone with my first gut, like I did enough research and just kind of went out there and did it, it would have turned out better. Like, so by waiting, I messed myself up.
I can attest to that. I would say my biggest mistake is leaning into fear more than faith. Not really understanding what I was getting into and being too afraid to just jump out there. You know, nobody really wants to ever take a loss if you don't have to. And so that this was a risk that I was going to be taking, and I've already invested in the market, and watching how that could fluctuate, I think it like gave me, I don't know, like I was afraid. I was afraid a little bit, but then, you know, at some point I was, you know what, I prefer to be invested in this than not be invested in this.
Awesome. That's dope. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. HD, go ahead, hop back in, bro.
Man, this has been a powerful show. I can definitely say this is one for the history books. Even with technical difficulties, man, this is definitely great for information.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
And we have powerful guests that has wonderful knowledge for a lot of people who don't understand about trademarking. So I have a question. Yeah. My question is, what would you tell a person who has a podcast? Would you tell them to trademark it, or would you tell them to patent it?
I would tell them to trademark it, the name. And it's so funny. We literally, a couple weeks ago, we posted about Meghan Markle, who started a podcast, right? I think she named it after her son. It was called Archetypes. And I think her son's name is Archie. And she tried to trademark it, but now she's running into issues because there are others in that same market, in that same podcast industry, that already use a name similar to that. And so she's met with a lot of challenges right now with trying to secure that name. And it's already a big name because, I mean, this is the Duchess, right? But she's not exempt from the USPTO examining attorney and the way that they investigate and research these individuals in the marketplace. And right now, because there are others in the marketplace, she's met with a lot of challenges.
Also, I just want to add, so there seems to be some confusion between, you know, what goes for a trademark, what goes for a patent, what goes for a copyright, what goes for a trade secret. So a trademark is words, slogans, sounds, logos. So picture Nike, okay? So Nike's, their word mark is just the word Nike. Their logo, also known as a design mark, is the swoosh, the check. And then they also have the sound, the swoosh. So Nike took care of everything. So logo, word,
and just do it.
It's the slogan. Their slogan.
Right. So like Nike is typically the go-to because they literally check every box. I mean, literally every box.
Right. So then when you go to copyrights, the things that could be copywritten are music, art, compositions. Your patents are going to be like new innovative things. So when you think about your phone, the coding, all of that software, everything we're seeing kind of in the AI space, how AI are doing things now, that's your patents. And then trade secrets are things that are so secretive and integral to your company that you don't want anyone to know about it. So think about Coca-Cola's secret recipe for the Coca-Cola.
And as an patent, even, I don't know if you guys, I mean, I know you guys know Michael Jackson, right? He had this where he could lean forward and lean back, lean in every direction without falling. And because his shoes were steadfast, they were steady. And he created a patent for that, as a matter of fact, for those shoes. And so that's why I'm saying it's literally, IP is literally within every single industry.
Yep, that is true. Just like I want to shout out to my mother-in-law sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha. They basically patent their signature sound, and that's like one of the first sororities to ever do it.
You mean they trademarked their sound?
Yeah, they trademarked. I'm sorry, they trademarked their sound.
It's fine. This is a learning space.
Yes, it is.
So others may jump on that move next. Now,
we shall.
It would be smart. It would be smart.
Find us.
It would definitely be smart. I hope my org watching. It would be smart. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, you good. I mean, my thing is, I know we're getting close to the top of the hour. My last question is, and it's the favorite question of this whole entire podcast. What is your favorite cryptocurrency?
Ethereum.
I'm going to ditto that. As I said earlier, you know, I was an early adopter, so I jumped on it when it was around $300. So I've seen it do a lot. But it's still one of my favorites because when we were purchasing NFTs, everyone took ETH. The other ones were giving me a bunch of issues to try and get this and convert this. And with ETH, it was just like, oh, boom, just purchase.
Yeah, like Solana, I believe it's called. They also were one of the cryptocurrencies that you could use to purchase NFTs, but we were running into a lot of issues with that one. So ETH, it was no issues at all, no hesitation, and it worked fine. And we were able to grasp all our NFTs.
Shout out Ethereum.
Hey, man, big shout out to Ethereum. You know, Ethereum gets mad love on Rapping Crypto, man, especially from our guests, man. Look,
they do,
ladies and
man.
gentlemen, if you're scared to jump into the market, it's not financial advice, but y'all know the top two that we always tell you to check them out. You know, I can't tell you to buy it, but you know, you should do some heavy research and do some heavy digging on Ethereum, and you already know the granddaddy of them all. So, you know, and if you don't know, it's Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all gotta make sure y'all check these coins out. If you're hesitating, if you're, how could I say, if you're walking on the tightrope and you just like, I'm scared, it's okay. It's okay. Trust and believe, ladies and gentlemen, just like these ladies just talked about. Ethereum used to be sitting down at about $200. If I'm not mistaken, it's about $1,600 right now.
I remember
especially
Ethereum was
after the little
$99.
drop off ahead earlier. Man, what?
You know what? I haven't checked the market. You know, I've been like a little anxious to check it because it's been up and down, as you know. And now I'm hearing that makes me want to go and check it.
So look, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all excuse me. I'm sorry. So I've been looking at charts a lot lately, and so I literally watch it. It's interesting. Did y'all talk about what happened? Oh my gosh, I gotta get the name. I completely blanked on what the bank's name is. But there's a bank, I believe their stock dropped over 30% today. And that literally had a direct effect on a lot of what happened. So watching gold this morning, gold shot up and hit. I basically did a support and resistance line. Gold shot up, hit my resistance line, and I said, "Oh, okay, it's gonna drop right back down to support." Of course, it did. The weird thing was, I said, "All right, let's get off of gold. Let's go over to Bitcoin." I just so happened to look up. Bitcoin had been on a steady incline. Bitcoin literally dropped off the cliff from 30K all the way down to 27K in one swift movement. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? And of course, the rest of the crypto market followed. I don't know what was going on, but I'm not trying to scare nobody. It was just interesting because I was just like, man, there was some crazy stuff going on in the markets today. It's a beautiful time to be in. Of course, it's not saying, oh, well, everybody has to be scared. It's just a beautiful thing to watch, to be able to understand, to be able to analyze a little bit, and to be able to learn and grow from, because that's the beauty of this whole entire thing. It's the ups, it's the downs. But, you know, when you go through your ups and your downs and you actually stay and stick through those, you actually see the appropriate results. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of patience.
Yeah. Virtue for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lean into your faith, not your fear.
Easy money. Every time.
I think this is one of my favorite parts that we do. My question is, do you have a question for us?
Well, I would like to learn about creating my avatar.
We're talking about Ready Player Me. So what they're saying is they need part 2 because we were supposed to do it in the metaverse. So part 2 it is.
Part 2 it is. So so I'll break it down. So the Ready Player B is basically a customized avatar that you can have inside many different platforms. It's a cross-chain platform avatar that you can have inside Spatial.io. You can download the OBJ file and have your avatar inside many 3D different type of websites. Shout out to Muse.place. You can put it inside there. Many other different type of platforms. But Ready Player Me is like basically Ready Player.me. I'm sorry, is just a wonderful platform where you can create your own self avatar and be inside this metaverse. Be anything you want to be inside the metaverse. You could be a dragon, a bunny rabbit. My son was like trying to be a dinosaur yesterday, so it was funny.
That is exciting.
Yeah. And I do have a question for you guys. So, how did you get into the crypto space and decide to do a platform like this?
Everybody.
Easy answer. This one right here.
Hey.
Matter of fact, I'll make it really quick. So look, check this out. I literally got into stocks because I was like, I really want to invest. I'm tired of just spending my money on bills and spending my money on frivolous things. I really want to invest. So I started messing around with stocks. This was right before the pandemic got ready to kick off. So I was doing pretty well. I had hit really nice on a couple of stocks. And I was like, okay, cool. I love this. And then here comes this guy. Hey, you need to leave that alone. Why do I need to leave stocks alone? Isn't this what everybody's been invested in all our life? And he said, buddy, you need to come on over here. Now, mind you, what we did first get into outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum was another organization that I will allow to remain unnamed right now because they basically did not do business correctly. We thought at the time we were investing in a gold-backed cryptocurrency. That was a bunch of hullabaloo. And of course, I like to make the joke that if you haven't dealt with a rug pull or a scam project, you haven't dove in deep enough into crypto yet. But with that being said, he basically kind of brought me over, and the rest is history. It's been a beautiful ride. And when you said Ethereum at 200, I almost wanted to cry. I was like, man, I miss them days. Used to buy Ethereum like it was a pair of shoes. Oh my gosh!
So
it used to be beautiful.
I gave him quote unquote the red pill. So basically, like the Matrix. So basically, I got diverse into it because like back in the day, 2009 when I was a freshman in college, I saw this article called "Is Bitcoin the New Money?" And ever since then, it's been haunting me. So I let it go. I moved to Ohio in 2015. 2016, the halving happens. I look up on the TV screen. I see Bitcoin hits 20K. Now, come to mind you that back in the day, it was more peer-to-peer transactions. So you couldn't just go out and buy Bitcoin. You had to go find somebody who was mining it and willing to basically you give people money for it and exchange it to your own wallet. So, and then I look up on the screen, Bitcoin hits 20K. I'm like, yo, I gotta find out how to get in. So I let another year went by. I just kept doing research. 2018. I jumped in. That's the year before. That's when the year I found out I was about to have my son. So I was like, I gotta have some assets. So jumped in, grabbed Bitcoin, started buying Bitcoin, and then I started educating myself on the blockchain space. I had a lot of mentors. Shout out to Christopher Boyd, which is one of my biggest mentors, man. I definitely appreciate that brother. Shout out to brother Raymond Wilson, D Duncan, those brothers who basically put me on a lot of game early on in my career. Now, like I tell anybody who jumps into this field, get yourself some education, get yourself a mentor. Somebody who had some rough skin in the game. Get multiple mentors, man, because you can learn something from a different person. Sometimes, like even you can shock your mentor because you be studying something that they didn't even know nothing about. Because it's just about keys. It's about keys. Like I tell everybody, it's keys. Keep educating yourself because those keys can unlock many doors.
Yes, indeed. And if y'all don't mind me adding, it's actually interesting. It's not, when he brought me in, that wasn't the first time I had heard about cryptocurrency. The interesting thing is, and I always like to tell people, I was immediately turned off when he first started talking about it because my introduction well before that was a friend of mine brought it up and was like, hey, you should buy some of this Bitcoin. It's like $50. Big shout outs to my boy Chalk, man. So he told me, hey, you need to buy Bitcoin for $50. The only thing I knew about Bitcoin was it was used on the black market so they couldn't track your transactions. I wasn't trying to go to jail. That was my immediate reaction when I was in college. I'm not trying to go to jail. They use that on the black market. I'm good. I know what they use Bitcoin for, but I don't want no parts of that. He was like, all you got to do is send the Western Union and they'll basically send everything that you need to. And I'm like, that sounds like a scam thing. He's like, trust me, it's going. Of course, I look up years later and he's telling me about it. I'm like, man, isn't that the... He's like, dog, it's not what you think it is. He said, matter of fact, go look on Robinhood. And of course, I'm on Robinhood looking at stocks. And he's like, go look on Robinhood. They got Bitcoin on Robinhood now. Sure enough, I was like, oh, well, I'm finna get it here. And that's when he hit me with the no. We're getting off of Robinhood because you don't own anything. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole that it just... Once I went down that rabbit hole, it was over with. It was over with. So it's just, it's beautiful that a lot of people are also getting a false narrative about what cryptocurrency and blockchain could actually bring to them. And there's a lot of positivity that they could actually get. So if anybody could take anything from what I just said, just understand that although the immediate narrative you might have gotten might have been something that's negative, I encourage you to go do your own research, do your due diligence, and make sure you understand truly what potential is actually here. And if it's still not for you, hey, so be it.
To each his own.
Yes, indeed. But I mean, look, one thing I will say is it ain't gonna matter because they're gonna force everybody to do it anyway.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And those who don't want to teach themselves, they're gonna make you learn a different way, and it might suck, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's exactly right.
HD, you know me. I would have more questions, but we at the top of the hour, so let me not. Go ahead. Wait. We didn't finish. Did you guys have any other questions for us?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that.
Just when we can go ahead and start that tutorial. Yeah, we're ready. I look forward to it.
Right.
Me and Brother L just get with me, and I see when Brother LJ's schedule is clear. So Brother Mario Punju Nation, because we have a whole ton of knowledge for you ladies, and hopefully we can chop game more about this whole trademark thing because we try to get our stuff taken care of too.
Well, you know how to find us, Hutch.
Yes, yes. You guys are more than welcome to stay on. This is our top 10 portion. Basically, we usually go down different cryptocurrencies, what we think can make some benefits, give out educational benefits from different current coins. You guys can stay on. You guys actually participate if you want to. If you have more coins actually than Ethereum that you want to mention. But this is not financial advice by any means.
It's good that you keep saying that.
And we learned the hard way.
I'm not trying to get sued. No.
Look, I promise you, if you go watch some of our earlier shows, like the first half a year, Miss Ruby had to get on us like, y'all have to say no financial advice. Y'all just can't be talking like y'all talking. I'm like, but we know what it doesn't matter. And then we learned the more that we grew, but it was, it's a long time coming. We don't have a choice. It's almost like we whipped into shape on that one.
Exactly, which is why we also keep saying we are not giving legal advice. We are just giving information. That's it.
Do your due diligence. Do your own research. And
I added it to the bottom of the screen, ladies.
This is why we love you, Miss Ruby. We definitely appreciate you. Yeah, so let me kick it off like this then. This is Rapid Crypto Top 10 of the Week. Shout out to raptoken.syz, which is a sponsor of Rapid Crypto. Raptoken.syz. If you haven't got your Rap head or your Rap token NFT, go get yourself a Rap token. Rise of all people. Shout out to King Mizzo and Hip Hop Canada. Number 10 this week. I'm gonna go with LJ, go ahead and kick it off, man. I gotta go.
Go ahead.
I can't. I got you. I'm sorry.
I got one that you like. I got one that you like.
SLM, man. I go number 10, SLM.
See, why you do that? Okay, no, you know what? No. It's cool. Number 10, XLM. Number 9, I'm gonna throw out Helium.
I like Helium, man. Shout out to the big network of IOTA, any other things. ISO 2020, man. So I'm gonna go any other things. You went Helium. That's part of that blockchain.
Fair enough. 8, Internet of Things. Ladies, would you like to jump in at number 7?
I'm there for the free game.
Hello.
But I do like Solana, right?
Yes, Solana.
So Solana for number 7?
Well, we don't know for real,
right?
No. So this is basically solely off opinion. I promise you. Of course, this isn't financial advice. We're not financial advisors.
Right. I haven't checked my market in a while. I don't want to give the wrong information either.
So what we always like to tell people, and I'll reiterate, this is a perfect time to reiterate. Anytime we're going over these coins or tokens, we don't want anybody to feel like, oh, well, we're telling you that this is the best time to. We only want to educate people on, hey, check out this coin or token. It might be something that might be interesting to you based off the background of the project or based off what it's done for me. Do your own research, do your own diligence. So if you ladies had a great experience with Solana, hey, Solana's the perfect spot for number 7 then.
And there it is.
Bet. So, number 6, I got a curveball for you. Number 6, we got Safe Moon. Somebody, so I asked, crazy, right? I asked one of the IT
V2.
That's why, hey, we got to put our heads together because it just woke up a sleeping giant. I asked one of the IT guys who were installing new security cameras at the school today, because the guys in the back always be picking with me like, hey, he with the cryptocurrency, but the IT guy's name is Mr. Jackson, and he likes cryptocurrency too. So I was like, hey, y'all, guess what his name is? And they was like, who? I was like, Mr. Jackson. I was like, guess what he likes to do on the side too? He was like, what? I was like, ask him. And he started smiling because he already knew what I was talking about. We had an hour and a half discussion earlier in the year about it. And he was in the one guy who always watches the show. If you watching, big shout out to Mo P. He was just like, it's crypto, ain't it? He started laughing, and Mo was like, hey, man, what's your favorite crypto? And, of course, based off our conversation, I thought he was going to be like the ladies and be like, hey, Ethereum. My man said Safe Moon. So coming in at number 6, we got Safe Moon because he just woke up a whole sleeping giant because I forgot about Safe Moon, bro. Completely forgot about it.
If you're gonna go Safe Moon, I'm gonna go with the Money Man song, man. Buy a little polka dot. So buy a little polka dot, buy a little Safe Moon. I just got a safe room.
For sure. For sure. Hey, number 5 is polka dot then. So number 6 was Safe Moon. Number 5 was polka dot. And if y'all don't mess with Money Man, hey, look, go check him out. That was a little plug. Hey, I like how you did that, HD. That was 5. That was 5. So look, number 4. You kind of made it hard for me. So number 4, we're gonna do Pondy X.
Oh,
I'm gonna put it on the top 10, but I really want people to understand that point of sale systems that take cryptocurrency are getting ready to flood the market. I'm not saying tomorrow, I'm not saying next year, I'm not saying in 10 years, but just expect that point of sale systems that accept cryptocurrency transactions are going to flood the market eventually. And the reason being is because we're about to go to a digital payment system with money, ladies and gentlemen. So it's only right that the payments and the different ways to pay that we have are able to be done digitally, and people got to adjust to it. So if you don't know about the Pondy X system, make sure y'all go check out the big Pondy system, man. Look, I could go on for days about it, but what we're going to go ahead and do is move on to the next coin so we can end the show on time, because I look up and it'd be 20 minutes and we still talking about Pondy X. So number 3, HD, what we got? Or excuse me, we have number 3. What we got, HD?
But I want to go back to their coin real quick. Solana. Shout out to Solana, because a lot of people don't know that Solana has a blockchain phone too.
They do not. You were right about that. Solana Solana's been making some crazy moves. I appreciate y'all throwing that in there. Solana's been making some crazy moves, like ridiculous on the chart as well. Like craziness.
Man, I'm gonna go with number 3, and this is gonna come one of my number one favorites, man. I've been collecting a whole lot of it here lately.
Don't say what I think you about to say.
You already know, and it holds up in the market well too when it was going downtrend, uptrend. So it's been holding good for 3 or 4 cents. Shout out to that Flare network, man. Another bridge currency is gonna bridge in Ethereum, all the DeFi currencies to a centralized site, man. So yeah.
It's only correct, of course. See, I thought you was going another route. I was about to be like, oh, so that's how you feel about it now. So before, we can rewind the tapes back, bro. We got receipts, man. You wasn't fooling with it. So I guess
I wasn't fooling with it, but hey, now that I've done my research.
XRP, y'all already know. Anybody who knew he just threw out Flare, you should know XRP's coming in at number 2, y'all. And I've said enough about XRP. I told you I'm not even going in no more on XRP. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know I ain't worried about no SEC lawsuit. Don't hit me in no DMs talking about why are you so heavy on XRP. And I told y'all it was smoke and mirrors and it was a lot of baloney and fluff. You better go ahead and double down on XRP, because that ecosystem is ridiculous, y'all.
When you got members of the SEC, Coinbase, and all them that came from XRP. Not financial advice either, but hey.
For sure. So
I got 2 more.
We got 2 more?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's make sure we choreograph, because maybe I'm off. Give me what you ladies got, because I know y'all been taking notes.
So XLM, Helium, Solana, Safe Moon, Polkadot, Pondy X, Flare Network, XRP.
Yep. Okay, cool. Perfect. Yes. So we at number 2. I'm glad. See, I thought we was at number 4. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. So I guess it's not. You know what? No. Coming in at number 2 is Bitcoin, and we already know what number 1 is. The lady said it earlier. It's Ethereum. I mean,
that's a top. Hold on, it's a top on 1, because we ain't going out like this.
Hey,
we're not gonna let.
I told you
the Cardano family is not going.
Cardano family number 1 and number 2 like that.
The Cardano family is not going out like that, man. The Steve Jobs of cryptocurrency is not going out because he came from Ethereum, and I'll put Cardano up there, man.
But that's I left Chainlink out today, man. Like, come on.
I don't care, man. I ride hard for my Cardano people, man. Shout out to the Cardano Slam and the whole.
Look, I'll be fair. Bitcoin's the granddaddy, but he gets knocked out today. So I'll go ahead and we'll put Cardano at number 2. and we'll go ahead and put Ethereum at number 1. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
sorry. I'm sorry, ladies. You know, I get so excited about the Cardano.
Hey, man,
Never.
you and Miss Cardano, man. I think you go this hard for XTZ, but it's all good.
I stake that too, so
I know. You know, I ain't really got hip to the Cardano thing, but I guess it's gonna be like the XRP move for me, huh?
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Hey, man, I got a bunch more coins I really want to throw off there, but we're not going to. We're gonna save them for next week, I guess.
Yes.
New ones for folks.
And ladies, please and thank you for coming on to the show this evening. We're definitely gonna get a part 2.
Part 2.
And
in the metaverse. In the
we
metaverse.
really appreciate viewers the knowledge. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. LJ, you want to tell the people who we got next week, which is your guest next week, actually?
Nah, I'm gonna let it be a surprise. Y'all tap into the social media. Make sure y'all tuned in. It's gonna be a surprise.
Man, this is
oh man. If you miss next week, Matt, first of all, if you miss tonight, you're tripping. If you mix next week, you're tripping. If you've missed last week, you tripping. If you ain't catching the hint, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not tuned in Wednesdays at 9 p.m., with all due respect, you tripping. Get it together. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. is where it's at, man. Go ahead, HD, man.
All right, let me take it out of here. Shout out to the ladies of LBS Law Firm IP. They were with us with the Rapid Crypto this week. The Breakfast Club of the blockchain. You already know I gotta say it, LJ. I don't care. But tune in next week at 9:00 p.m. Eastern. Same time, same place. Y'all already know what it is. P2G. If you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys.
Peace.
Bag on the beat going crazy.